Shalom, it's Stila from the Kefar, and I thought now would be a really good time to do an introduction or reintroduction and talk to you a little bit about my Hebrew language background and journey. If you are an existing subscriber, whether you are brand new or you've been with me for a while, thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time checking me out, or this is maybe a second or a third video you've seen but you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe. It'll be worth it. I post Hebrew videos every Tuesday, bonus videos for patrons every other Thursday. So if you're not a patron, definitely check that out. The link is in the description. And I am starting something called Freestyle Fridays, where every other Friday I post a video on a subject that's not necessarily related to Hebrew, but it's something that I'm interested in and that's important to me and that I have stuff to say about it. Okay. But today we are going to talk about Hebrew because I think that's a great way to kick off the Freestyle Friday. And so I learned Hebrew at home from my parents, and my parents decided to learn Hebrew so that when they had children, they could speak Hebrew in the household. And it's a decision that I am eternally grateful for. And so I learned how to read and write and speak Hebrew. So I got a really, really solid foundation at home. The majority of their knowledge and vocabulary came from the Tanakh, so the Hebrew Bible, and it's why I have such a really good grasp on both biblical Hebrew and also modern Hebrew. And so my first time going to Israel was the summer before my senior year of college, and I was there for 2 months teaching English at an Ethiopian community center and an elementary school. And it was there that I realized that there was so much more that I didn't know because of the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew, primarily when it comes to vocabulary. And so when I came back to the States, I decided to really buckle down and expand my knowledge of the language. And so I started listening to music, watching movies. I took private lessons. I read books. I kept a diary that I wrote only in Hebrew. So I really went hard to learn the language. And it paid off. So I started teaching in 2014, and I haven't stopped since then. I started an immersive Hebrew preschool program, and I did that for 3 years in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then I moved to Israel for a year where I taught English to grades 3 through 6. And then when I returned from Israel, I went to New York and taught first and second grade Hebrew at a Hebrew language charter school. And then I decided to focus on the Kefar full time. And that's what I've been doing since then, and also just teaching exclusively online. So I am not done learning. I continue to learn. I don't think I'll ever be done learning, but I'm really proud of how far I've come and how much I've been able to learn. And I also just have a knack for languages, which I am now using to learn Spanish. And my goal is to eventually be able to bridge those three, English, Spanish, and Hebrew, together to provide Hebrew language education to both English and Spanish speakers. And that's about it. I think that's all there is to say. If you feel like there's a question you have that I haven't answered, just let me know in the comments, okay? So thanks for being with me, and I will see you for the next video. Later out.